I am football obsessed, so as you might imagine, I'm really excited it's time for the season. Do you know, though, recently I had an opportunity to visit with NFL players, and I discovered that a lot of their questions about money are the same as you and I have. Now, I worry about every single dollar that I have. And I have made a living doing that my whole life. And I'll tell you something that parallels what you do as football players, and that was my first career was in my 20s. When I was 25 years old, I started my own business. And it was a chain of travel agencies. And I went into that business back in 1981 as a 25-year-old guy. And I was like a duck to water. It was the right thing for me. And I opened one office, and then another, then another, then another, then another. And then people from a national chain came to me to buy me out. And at 31 years old, I retired, which in the NFL at 31, you're a grizzled veteran at 31. But for me, that was a very young age. And I was able to do it because through the years with my business, and then when I sold my business, I was careful with every single dollar that came in the door. And it is how I've always lived my life.
I'm just curious, all the players here, we have houses, we have cars, and financial advisors have said buy, lease. As far as cars and houses, what do you think we should do? We have all the money just to pay off our house right now. We could do that, but you know, we've got so many different, ways to go. Which way is the right way?
I'm so glad you asked that. I've been waiting for somebody to ask me that question. Okay, when should you lease a car? The answer is really never. Now, I bet most of you were told you should lease new wheels, but leasing is really a long-term financial disaster because most of the loss in value in a vehicle happens in the first 24 months. So leasing a car is financial suicide because you're paying for the depreciation of the wheels. I always tell people what you want to do is you want to buy the car from that person who leased it because you let them buy the car for you. When you lease a car, or if you buy a car and you cycle through them really quickly, you're just throwing money. You might as well take $100 bills as you drive down the street, just throw the money out the window, because that's what you're doing when you cycle through cars quickly. And so if you really want to just really stick it to the car companies, you buy the car that somebody else leased when it's 2 years old. You're driving a car that's got lots of life in front of it, it's in great shape, and you let somebody else pay for it for you.